Hey, what's up? I'm Rekeema. Welcome to detaileddream. So, Father's Day is almost upon us, and for most of them, they'll be looking forward to their 100th tie with the matching socks combo. They'll never show it, but they are tired of those dreaded ties, people.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
Dads deserve the best too. This year, let's switch it up with something luxury, something lasting, and something memorable. Yes, of course I'm talking about candles. Believe it or not, dads love things that smell good too. And for most, candles are something that they wouldn't go out and buy themselves. I'm going to give you my carefully curated list of 6 luxury candles that I found to have an amazing masculine scent. Perfect for the father figure in your life. Even if you're looking for a masculine scented candle for yourself, this is the perfect list for you as well. There are also a couple of fragrances that I have to throw on this list. Because if you think about it, luxury candles are almost identical to fragrances. They both use much of the same notes, and the only difference between them are the wax used to make candles. So theoretically, a candle is just fragrance that you burn. I mean, there's more to it, but for the most part, they are very similar. It's time to hang up those ties and give your dad something that they never thought they needed. So for the first brand I want to talk about, I couldn't just pick one scent, so I picked 2. It's like a 2-for-1 special, and they are coming from the house of Cire Trudon. You thought I wasn't going to talk about my favorite candle brand? The Cyrnos and the Ernesto scent are those staple candles that Cire Trudon offers. When someone asks what scent should they start off with when choosing a scent from Trudon, I would 100% of the time tell them to start with Cyrnos or Ernesto. They are the perfect entry scents before getting addicted and wanting to try more. The Cyrnos is a more earthy and woody scent with the initial hit of that lemon and thyme from the top notes. But there's this decadent smell of cashmere wood with musk and patchouli on the base. There's a nice calming scent to Cyrnos, perfect for dad or if you yourself just need something to light after one of those rough days. Then there's Ernesto. You get a more citrusy and smoky scent with this one. Definitely more masculine than Cyrnos, but they both serve the same purpose. The top notes are bombarded with fresh citrus from bergamot and grapefruit, but isn't overpowering thanks to a good base of amber, leather, and tobacco. I couldn't choose one over the other, and I'm sure I won't be the only one with this issue. Cire Trudon is one of those brands that you will never forget. And if you're looking for your first candle from them, or if you're looking for a gift for Father's Day, you can never go wrong with Cyrnos or Ernesto. Because I know someone got me a Cire Trudon candle as a gift. You will be put to the top of my friend list immediately. Best friends forever.
Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever.
Charles Farris, a more recent candle brand that I got into, thanks to one of my subscribers actually. And you better believe it's good. Man, is it good. This was an amazing recommendation, so thank you. Their Grand Cascade signature scented candle is truly special. It has a bit of a sweet and smoky scent to it with a beautiful undertone of aged leather. I love a good leather smell. Leather notes happen to be one of my all-time favorite in candles. This candle also has a unique makeup of notes that plays so well together. There's raspberry, lemon, and bergamot on the top notes to offset some of that smokiness that you will find in the base. Then there are the heart notes of jasmine, moss, patchouli, and clove leaves. The heavy base notes is what makes this candle what it is, with incense, leather, birch, cedar, and amber. Those woody base notes are really something in this candle, and then you get hit with the sweet note from the raspberry, which really sets this candle apart from the rest. An amazing candle for any masculine scent lover. This next candle comes from Rathbornes. I don't know why there isn't much out there about this particular brand. It's an Ireland-based brand, and I have to say, the quality of these luxury candles, they're amazing. They are very well made with beeswax and essential oils, which is a phenomenal mix. They are also one of the oldest candle brands ever, along with Charles Farris and Cire Trudon. Rathbornes was founded in 1488, Charles Farris in 1845, and Cire Trudon in 1643. Now, that's some history. The scent I want to talk about from Rathbornes is what they named Beyond the Pale Dublin Dusk Scented Candle. And the ingredients of this candle is among some of the best I have ever seen and smelled. Smoked oud and ozonic accords. Ozonic accords. I had to Google it to see what ozonic accords were because I've simply never heard of it. It sounded like something from the periodic table. It's described as fresh aroma from the odors that you smell before it rains and the wind picks up. Sweet and pungent. I had to sit back because I never thought if that was a smell that you will actually put inside of a candle or fragrance. How did they even capture that amazing scent? And then they had the nerve to add in some smoked oud and aged cedar. Wow. Phenomenal. Just phenomenal. There's also some spice from ginger and pepper on the base notes as well. I just don't know why there isn't anyone talking about this brand. If you don't get this as a gift for Father's Day, just do yourself a favor and just get it for your personal use. Rathbornes is a definite yes. I've personally never been to Ireland, but I sure do want to go now. This next brand is another one of my favorites, and if I didn't mention them, it would be a sin. Easily in my top 3, and I cannot recommend them enough. And that's Harlem Candle Co. And the Ellington scent is by far one of my all-time favorite masculine scents from this brand. It has a warm and spicy aroma with a nice touch of cinnamon and sage, which gives it that spice. The base notes with amber and musk gives it that deep warm scent. And it gives this candle that vibe that Ellington had through his music. I mean, who doesn't love a good Duke Ellington song? Man, In a Sentimental Mood is an all-time classic. You just can't play Duke Ellington. You have to put his records on a record player. And then you light the Ellington candle on top of that? Yeah. You got yourself a good vibe going on. Harlem Candle Co tends to have this effect of making you feel like you were back in time during that era. You can almost picture that jazz club scene in your head when one of these candles are lit. If you haven't tried a candle from this brand yet, man, what are you doing? The Ellington scent is one of those candles that you want to burn on a hot summer's night. This would make the perfect gift for Father's Day, especially if your dad is into jazz or classical music in general. Such an easy win. Okay, getting into a couple of my all-time favorite fragrances. These are sort of my signature scents. What am I talking about? I spray these every chance I get. I simply can't get enough of them. These are not niche fragrances, so they are readily available at any department store. The first one I want to talk about is from the house of Tom Ford, the Fougère d'Argent Eau de Parfum. Man, where do I begin with this one? Out of the 1,000 fragrances that Tom Ford offers, I settled on this one and couldn't be more satisfied. It just does something to me every time I put it on. It's like putting on steroids for confidence. I spray this and walk past people on purpose so they do that look back. You know the, ooh, what's that smell look? This fragrance has really worked for me personally, and I would recommend it to anyone that's looking for a good earthy and woody scent with a hint of spice. Just a little. On the initial spray, you are hit with some mandarin and ginger, but man, when this dries down, that's when this scent really comes to life. The lavender begins to take over, but the ginger still lingers, providing that warm spice scent. This is a classic scent that has gotten my attention and the attention of others every time I wear it.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
This next scent comes from the house of Chanel, Bleu de Chanel, the Parfum Concentrate. For a hot summer day, this is my #1 go-to. I found that the Parfum Concentrate is the way to go with this one. The EDT is good, but it just doesn't hit like the Parfum. It has that perfect balance of a citrus and woody scent. Very clean and fresh. On the initial spray, you get that punch of zesty grapefruit and ginger. But this scent really comes into its own on the dry down, where the jasmine and sandalwood stands out. There's also some cedar in this as well, which adds a nice extra woody smell to it. Bleu de Chanel is a classic, and I'm sure it's a favorite among many other guys. It'll always be one of my signature scents as long as they don't change the notes. Companies tend to like changing a good thing, especially designer fragrance brands. I speak from experience. But this should be a definite pickup. Bleu de Chanel is just tried and true. I call it my Eau Reliable because it just works.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
This last candle comes from the house of Aiden Bob. The Myrrh de Tasman will make the ideal gift for any masculine scent lover. It's also made from 100% vegetable wax on a paraffin-free formula. So this is going to burn clean and free of any toxic chemicals. You get that nice black vessel which goes with almost any decor, and it will not stick out like a sore thumb when it sits on a table or a TV stand while it's lit. The last thing you want to hear is someone saying, "Move that candle out the way." Honestly, there are some candle vessels out there that are questionable, but you don't get that with Aiden Bob. There are some really great notes with this scent as well. On the top note, you get the initial smell of pepper, grapefruit, and geranium, and is perfectly tied together with cedarwood, musk, and patchouli on the base notes. This is a spicy and woody scented candle, but there is also a hint of gardenia and jasmine in the mid notes just to freshen this candle up a little bit. You can't go wrong with any of these candles or fragrances. Any of them would make the perfect candle for that masculine scent lover in your life. Let me know in the comments if you have any of the candles mentioned in this video, or if you'll be picking up any of them for Father's Day, because he is tired of those ties and socks.
you.